Welcome back to episode 2 of The Derangers Are Getting Stranger. Today we find the ladies apoplectic and in fits. They can barely contain their rage, they are in full-on meltdown mode. Oh dear, why is that? Karen can't cope and her friends have once again gathered around the tea table for gossip. They are just arrived from Paris and their heavily unhinged fight with a shoe at Fashion Week. This was considered a victory for them, having given that shoe the business. Betty Bitterlips knew she could count on Tanya Toldiaso to help get the ladies riled up again so soon after their fight with the Duchess of Sussex's shoe. Betty Bitterlips said that Meghan, she keeps winning and smiling, and that breathing of hers, it is so narcissistic. Of course, Tanya Toldiaso did not disappoint. She quickly picked up her STW tabloid and began to read out loud to the ladies, stories about how horrible it was that the Duchess of Sussex dared to help children and grieving parents. Tanya went on to explain how the tabloid called Meghan irrelevant for helping victims of fire displacement, and how it was just so arrogant of the Duchess of Sussex to talk about motherhood and being a woman. Viscountess Vera Vicious agreed with the STW tabloids. She smugly remarked in her false superior tone, "Meghan is just a Hollywood actress, they give awards to anyone these days." Diane, deeply delusional in a fleeting moment of independent thought, ventured to share, "Well, she has been a humanitarian and women's rights advocate since she was a child. I believe her mother instilled such values in her." But one intimidating look from Viscountess Vera Vicious silenced Diane, deeply delusional, from speaking any further on the topic. Later that week, somewhere in New York City, Karen Can't Cope and Betty Bitterlips found themselves sitting in the audience of an STW award ceremony. In a state of dangerous obsession, Karen Can't Cope and Betty Bitterlips fumed and ranted as they watched the Duke and Duchess receive positive and appreciative acknowledgement for the work their foundation is doing, because service is universal. The night only became worse for the two Deranger ladies. They had to suffer the humiliation of watching the Duke and Duchess also receive an award for their humanitarian work. Karen, barely able to contain herself, choked out the words, "This should be Prince William, he never has performative tears while exploiting widows."